guys to Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you won't miss any of my uploads. If you already are a subscriber, thank you so much, and please watch this video. And let's jump into the topic of today. Today, you guys going to be doing my AEW Dynamite review. First match, we had Eddie Kingston and Penta El Cero Miedo versus the AEW Tag Team Champions, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. As you can see, you guys, you've seen a lot of charismatic, stuff throughout the match. As we can also see that Matt and Nick Jackson had like a beard, 70s look type thing, you guys, going on as well. Then we see the stamp to the chest of Penta El Cero Miedo by Nick Jackson. And then after then, you guys, we see Eddie Kingston ends up coming in, pushing over Matt Jackson off of Penta El Cero Miedo. Then we see Brandon Cutler trying to spray the eyes of Penta El Cero Miedo, but he ducks and sprays into the eyes of Matt Jackson. The Good Brothers, as you can see them over there in the corner trying to distract the referee, but ends up turning on them. And then after then, we see the Elite Hunter Kazarian, Frankie Kazarian, he was just basically taking out Brandon Cutler, which I don't know why Brandon Cutler was still spraying the spray, which was surprising to me. And then after then, you guys, we end up seeing right here where Penta El Cero Miedo took out the Good Brothers, and the rest of the team, you guys. And then also after then, you guys, we see that Eddie Kingston ends up doing a maneuver as well. And then we end up seeing Penta El Cero Miedo and Eddie Kingston put over the AEW Tag Team Champion. So it looks like right here, you guys, that Eddie Kingston and Penta El Cero Miedo will be facing the Young Bucks sometime soon, for the AEW Tag Team Champions. The question is, will they win? How will Jon Moxley possibly feel about Eddie Kingston winning a AEW Tag Team title, even though that they didn't win when they were trying to fight the Young Bucks for it? Then we of course see the Elite Hunter right there, Frankie Kazarian. And so yeah, after then, you guys, we seen Christian Cage backstage, talking to Jungle Boy and all that good stuff, and saying how he was proud of him. Then we see Ethan Page comes out along with Scorpio Sky with Tony Schiavone, interviewing him about Darby Allin, wanting him, them basically having a match, having a coffin match, and he goes on to talk about that. Then we hear Sting, end up seeing Sting comes out, you guys. After Sting ends up coming out, he is dragging a coffin, you guys. And then we see a little vignette, little thing where Darby Allin had like the face of Ethan Page, and he snatched it off, and then we see Darby Allin start burning something. After Darby Allin started burning something, he ends up jumping out of the coffin, gouging the eyes of Ethan Page, and Sting just looks on. And then out comes security as well, you guys. So Ethan Page said after he got his eyes gouged out that the match between them won't happen at Road Rager next week on AEW. So yeah, after then, you guys, we had Jack Evans versus Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy has won 49 matches, you guys, throughout his AEW career. As you can see, this match is pretty quick, you guys. We've seen the snare trap by Jungle Boy onto Jack Evans. Jungle Boy, as you can see, he's pretty happy about his win. He have won 50 matches, you guys, in his AEW career. As you can see, Matt Hardy, here he go creeping up. And then after then, you guys, we've seen a long-time rival, of course, between the Hardys and, Edge and Christian. Back then they used to fight all the time, back in like 1999, 2000s, you guys. And Christian really, you can tell he wants a match against Matt Hardy. And will we possibly see the match next week on AEW Dynamite Road Rager? So as you can see, Matt Hardy still pointing his finger, of course, you guys, saying, you're going to pay for that, and so on and so forth. But yeah, you guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Next, you guys, as we can see, the match has been announced that Andrade El Idolo will be making his AEW debut next week against Matt Sydal. Then you guys, we see Kenny Omega. Basically, he's saying that he done defeated everybody. He have championships every which way. And then we see Evil Uno ends up coming out. You guys, basically, he was talking about that he knows someone that Kenny Omega could face. And Kenny Omega said, well, Evil Uno, you're not on my level, so on and so forth. And then he was like, well, I know a guy who is on your level. And they were basically talking about Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page, he was backstage. He was mad and everything. They, told him that he believed in him. Then you guys, we had the match for the TNT Championship, Miro versus Brian Pillman Jr. This match really ended pretty quickly, you guys. As you can see from the photographs that I put here in this video, we see the game. I call this finishing maneuver the game over. That's what I believe Miro calls it, but I call it a game over. It used to be called the Accolade before, so it's been having a good amount of names. But as you can see, once you get like that, you guys, by Miro, you're eventually going to pass out. You won't be able to tap out. You're just going to pass out, as I said before. But Miro is still your TNT champion. Who will possibly be next to face Miro, you guys, for that TNT championship? That's a very nice looking title, you guys. I wish I was a wrestler. I would wrestle Miro, but then again, I don't know, because I'm not a wrestler and I probably have to do a lot of training. So I'm wondering who could dethrone Miro. You guys, comment down below of who could be a challenger for Miro to face him for that TNT title. So let me know your thoughts and opinions. Next, you guys, after that match, you guys, we had Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero. Surprisingly, she was wrestling last night versus Rebel in the AEW Women's World Heavyweight Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. As you can see, Dr. Britt Baker, she put on that glove, you guys, trying to do her lockjaw finisher on Nyla Rose. But after then, you guys, we end up seeing right here where Nyla Rose ends up choke slamming DMD, Dr. Britt Baker. Then after then, you guys, we of course see Nyla Rose come off the top rope, you guys, with the knee to the side of the head of the AEW women's champion. And then we end up seeing Vicky Guerrero getting tagged in. She get the lockjaw put on her with even 1 second. She ends up tapping out pretty fast. I was like, wow. And so, you guys, it's non-stop right here between, Dr. Britt Baker, doing what she does best. I heard that she was a dentist, but then again, you guys, that's pretty cool. After the match, we see Nyla Rose planting Dr. Britt Baker through a table, and Vicky Guerrero, is of course cheering it on. So you guys, looks like we'll possibly see Nyla Rose, versus Dr. Britt Baker. You guys, next week on AEW, we're gonna have Penta El Zero Miedo and Eddie Kingston versus the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championships in Miami, Florida, you guys. So make sure that you watch AEW next week on the TNT channel. So then again, you guys, after then, we're going to have Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, versus QT Marshall. Of course, you got Arn Anderson and Cody Rhodes' corner, and then you have the factory members into QT Marshall's corner. So let me know, you guys, what you think about those two previous matches that you just seen. That's going to happen next week on AEW Dynamite. But this is going to be a South Beach strap match. Then after then, you guys, we're going to have the debut of Andrade El Idolo. As I already said this earlier in the thing. I don't know why I did it twice, you guys. So wonder what's gonna happen between this match. Wonder what kind of finisher maneuver Andrade El Idolo will do in this match. But we'll definitely see next week on AEW Dynamite. Then, you guys, we're gonna see the Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle in a match. What's gonna happen when these two teams collide? These teams are very strong. They are very agile, and they will definitely tear AEW down. And so we're going to see what's going to happen next week on Dynamite with all these great superstars. Then we're gonna have a face-off, you guys, with little MJF versus Chris Jericho in a face-to-face, confrontation, because Chris Jericho really wants to put a end to MJF for good, but looks like MJF won't be giving up anytime soon. Excuse me. Then you guys, we're gonna have Chris Standler and Orange Cassidy versus the Bunny and the Blade. As we seen last week on AEW, you guys, where the Blade ends up taking out Orange Cassidy. So wonder what's gonna happen in this match. Mixed tag team match next week on AEW. Then you guys, we end up having the main event where we had Sammy Guevara versus MJF. I don't know why I keep forgetting that guy's name, MJF. As you can see, MJF was pleading like stop, because Sammy Guevara hitting the 450 splash, and then we end up seeing him get hit side. We end up seeing Sean Spears clocking the head, of Sammy Guevara, and the referee was distracted, by that. But we end up seeing MJF pick up the victory over, of course, over him and all that good stuff, you guys. So I'm wondering, what is this going to lead to? Because the Inner Circle are going to, face the Pinnacle next week on AEW Dynamite Road Ragers. So you guys, I have a special surprise that I want you guys to hear at the end of this video. You guys really have to listen to it. Y'all really have to tune into it. But listen, you guys.
Dynamite returns to the road live next Wednesday night in Miami, Florida, JR.
James L. Knight Center, Wednesday night. Tickets available at AEWTix.com, folks. There's nothing in your life that will top seeing a live WWE Dynamite. For the great